Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to take the time to show you guys the best ways to make gold in Phase 4. These are pretty much all the methods I've been using to acquire a ton of gold, and while some of them take a lot of planning, preparation, and effort into them, others are pretty easy and most people can do them right now if you really tried a little bit. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the number one way that I have been making gold here in Phase 4 is by disenchanting. So taking every green that is at least level 51 or higher, because that is the threshold for greater eternal essences, and all the other enchanting mats also sell for a decent amount. Large brilliant shards and illusion dust is kind of down there pretty low, but you can still make a ton of gold by doing this. Another thing that is very lucrative is the fact that you can also do things level 41 and higher, because those give dream dust and greater nether essences, which are also in the threshold for enchants that people use even at in-game. So both of those tiers are really good, and you can craft a lot of items if you have, for instance, tailoring and leatherworking. So I'm going to show you a few things that I like to do. So I have tailoring and leatherworking, so when I get rune cloth and stuff, I make them into a few things. Right now, rune cloth headbands are probably still the best thing to do. They're level 54, and they only take iron web, spider silk, and bolts of rune cloth, which people have a lot of. One of the best things in the game is wizardry turbans, because they are level 56, and they do take a decent amount of mats. I'd only do this if you have dream dust and star rubies. Otherwise, it's kind of too expensive right now. However, you can proc those 3 and 4 eternal procs, which are almost worth 40 gold just to disenchant. So if you're very lucky, it can be worth. Another one is runecloth shoulders, which take rugged leather, which is actually quite high right now on my server, and iron web spider silk, but this is another great thing to DE. Those are the very top end of the disenchanting table. The next one that I would recommend if you're going for those lower tier mats is black mageweave headbands. They're at that 41 threshold, and they're very cheap with bolts of mageweave. Right now, you can straight up just buy the mageweave cloth, turn it into bolts, and disenchant these for a reasonable profit margin. You can get unlucky, but all in all, it's still quite profitable to do that right now. Then with leatherworking, it is pretty much the usual of the headbands that you can focus on. You're going to be wanting to do the the wicked leather headbands with just rugged leather, black dye, rune thread. This becomes better when rugged leather goes down. It is at that 51 threshold, so you can make some decent amount of gold. But other than that, I would recommend going with the Nightscape boots for your level 41. This uses thick leather, and it is quite good, but it is at that 42 threshold, which makes it very nice for leatherworking. Once again, probably not the best thing to do right now with leatherworking, just because rugged leather is very expensive at the moment. But that brings me to my next thing, it is going to be crafting any of the 0.5 materials. So one thing that I have found that I do anytime I get greater eternals is I will just make enchanted leather, because it's easy to make and it has such a high profit margin, because every character doing the 0.5 quest needs to have 20 of this. So I sell my goods in those stacks that people need, just because it sells quicker. Even if you get undercut by whatever margin, people will be like, oh, that stack of 20 that I need for my quest, I'm buying that. So I just try to sell them in those stacks. People also need 4 dark runes. They need 8 large brilliant shards. If you're an engineer, make your own rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is selling like crazy, and because it is one of the earliest mats in the 0.5 quest, rocket fuel does really well. Also, I've also been selling my mooncloth in stacks of 3 and my cured rugged hides in stacks of 4. However, that is a completely different thing that we will talk about later in this video. But the next thing that I want to talk about is going to be real mystery chests. So I made a video of me spending 110 reels opening up almost 22 mystery boxes and just getting the rewards from there, and it was very profitable. Almost made like 500 to 600 gold with it. The dark runes actually sold at like 15 gold per, which was kind of crazy in my opinion. I didn't expect them to do that, but I did do it on raid launch day, so that was probably why a lot of those consumables and crafting reagents sold at the prices you guys saw in that video. Definitely check that video out. I will put it in the description down below for you if you're curious and haven't watched it already. But this can be very rewarding for people that, especially if you're a tank or healer and you need gold, you can just sell your tank and healing services. That's what I see. There are tons and tons of DPS. I pretty much go tank or heal on any character I can when I'm leveling, just because it makes finding a group incredibly easy, and you can pretty much optimize it to whatever you want if you make your own group. But people are buying tank services, especially if you're geared, skilled, heavy runes, and can do it all. People are definitely definitely want that type of service, so you can sell that service as well as get reels and buy mystery reel chests as well. Next is going to be passive income. So as you guys have seen, if you've been watching this channel a lot, you know I have 7 profession bot alts. All of my alts that I made for the rune videos are all sitting at 41. I finally just finished every single one of them, tailoring and leatherworking. But with that, I essentially make almost 2,000 gold every 4 days. And I know it takes a lot of effort to get all the characters to 41. It takes about 300 gold to level a profession from 0 to 300. And that takes about 2 to 3 hours depending. However, you can send most of the stuff that you make and have it disenchanted and get some of that money back. But essentially, with just one profession bot ult that is leatherworking and tailoring, you can make about 150 to 250 gold every 3 to 4 days, depending on procs and stuff. And make sure you have your profession at 300 so you can get those multiple props with tailoring as well as leatherworking. I'm going to be doing the leatherworking video later today because it is my what I like to call salt day. Every third day is just I get to do all the salts for the cured rugged hides, and I'll definitely have that video out later today for you guys to give you an updated sort of look on leatherworking and answer all your questions about making the cured rugged hide. Then finally, you can do specific target farms for high value recipes and materials. I do plan on getting back to my old style of farming videos, showing you guys like where you can get Crusader. Protection potions are a big one, as well as the whole ecosystem, which I will go and make another video about, going in depth for that for you guys, because it is very it might be very foreign to those that have not played Classic WoW and have no idea what I'm talking about when I say echoes. But essentially, they're small little buffs that the top end raiders use. They're better than most consumables that you can get, especially for melee DPS. However, they only last like 5 to 10 minutes, so you really got to be sweaty to farm these to bring it to the highest level to use them. But it is, you know, something that the high-end raiders do, and the high-end raiders usually have a ton of gold, so they will buy your echoes for a decent price, as well as you can farm echoes in a group of people, which is also really, really awesome. But those are just some of the things that I would recommend doing if you're running out of gold, you're trying to get your 0.5 quest done and you have nothing. These are all things that you can go after and seek. I do plan on turning most of these target farms that I have mentioned here into individual videos at some point. There's just been so much to cover with Phase 4 and trying to keep up with raiding and getting everything with that. I haven't really had the time to go out there and do every single farm that I have on my list of videos to make. But chances are I probably did make them to some degree 4 years ago in Classic, so if you want to watch older me talk about all this stuff, most of those videos are there. But I wasn't as good as YouTube back then, so it was kind of when I was just starting off, so be a little easy on me if you don't think it's up to par with the quality that I have nowadays. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you'd like to add, any awesome ways that you guys are farming gold, definitely drop it down below. I look forward to reading all of those messages. But until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.